Could you imagine what Wemby's NIL deal would be if he were playing college?
$1
I mean, look what he's done just in the last, 6 games? 31 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks. That's his average efficiency there. By the way, the Spurs, winners of 18 of the last 20s. They stampeded into Sacramento Tuesday night. And, yeah, Victor was doing some things. Kind of light work night for him, though. De'Aaron Fox sets him up the easy alley-oop. And then the very next possession, Fox to Wemby, easy dunk. And guess what happens on the very next possession? Wemby in the paint, not a dunk, but an easy bucket. He had 3 straight buckets at one point. They were 52-27. And cool moment for Russell Westbrook. He sets up Maxime Raynaud there for the bucket. He passes Steve Nash and Mark Jackson for 5th spot on the all-time assist lead in NBA history. But the Kings were down 78-47 at the half. It's just not a good season for them. It's a tremendous season for Wemby. Will he win MVP? I don't know. But the Spurs were up 80-47 there. Then Wemby from deep, 18 points for him, 8 rebounds. So again, a light night of work because they won it 132-104. They didn't need a whole bunch from him. They got all they needed, though.
But the last 6 games have just been like, look, March the 6th against the Clippers. They're coming off back-to-back. Wemby and the Spurs were down 25 in the third. They beat the Clippers by far. And I don't remember this. Wemby basically just collapses into his teammates' arms, just exhausted after all of that. 27 points.
I thought I was about to pass out from the first quarter from exhaustion, so that's close to being the hardest game of my life.
That's crazy. The hardest game of his life. He had 27 points and 10 rebounds.
All right, a couple of nights later, March 8th, huge for the Spurs in this one. How about that dunk, reverse style over 4 defenders? All he did was go for 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 blocks as the Spurs blew out the Rockets 145-120.
March 10th, he was even better. It was also against the Celtics, and it was also after he was hit in the nose. Remember this? He was hit in the nose. He had to go to the locker room. Now, if I'm hit in the nose, I'm probably going to cry about it. I'm not going to come back into the game and make a career-high 8 3-pointers.
You wouldn't do all that?
No, I mean, like, you hurt me. 39 points, 11 rebounds in that one, and the Spurs won 125-116.
All right, so what about Monday night at the Clippers? You know, we talked about his all-around game, but what about the defense? Yeah, that was on full display here. He switches to Darius Garland, who is a point guard, jumps to the pump fake, recovers, closes,
He's
and
all
then
over the place.
Still gets the block. I mean, that's because he's 11 feet tall. 21 points, 4 blocks, they win it. What a run it's been for him.
11 feet, it's a rough ass.
Words right there from Max Raynaud talking about Russell Westbrook. Let's talk about Max's career night, Morgan. 32 points, 9 rebounds, 22 in the second half.
What a big game from Maxime Raynaud, and that's exactly what you want to see. And you see Russ obviously setting him up on so many different plays from the inside out. And I thought Max did a great job of stretching the floor, knocking down a couple of threes tonight. And that's exactly what he wants to keep developing in his game. And so these are the things that he needs to keep doing down the stretch of this season. Work on the things that you just want to get better and better at, so then it makes coaches and it makes teams have to play you.
Yeah. You know, quiet scoring night for Russ tonight. Only 5 points, did have the 10 assists. That's what's most important because he moves up the all-time scoring list as we check out Xfinity Play Smart. He passed Mark Jackson tonight. He passes Steve Nash tonight. What about Russ accomplishing this feat? Number 5 all-time in assists.
It's so impressive. I mean, what he's been able to do, and especially with this Kings team. He's playing with a whole bunch of young guys where I don't know if you know this breaking news, you have to make the shot for the guy to get to the assist, right? And so Russ has done such a good job of getting people more open looks, making everyone a little bit better. Obviously, you see there him just attacking the rim as well, but he is finding the open man. That pass alone, his vision is incredible. We already knew that, but I feel like he is demanding everyone to move and stay active on the offensive end. And by rewarding them, people are going to want to keep doing that. They trust him as their point guard.
You know, Russ 6 shot attempts, DeMar only 4. Was this just a product of, you know what, game got out of hand quickly, so,
yes.
you know.
Yes, that's all. I mean, that's all it was. Even when they weren't playing down the stretch, I'm like, you know, you see all these other games where there's the lottery is on the line, and then you see DeMar and Russ playing in there, and you have so many people being like, no, no, and then you see on the nights like this where people are like, all right, no DeMar, no Russ. But I love that for the opportunities for some of these young guys of being like, don't give up. What can we do better? And we saw
even
guys
though we
like,
got blasted tonight. You okay with that? I mean,
what? That
the young guys are, getting this experience also.
Well, I would love that, but I also wish it was even during some of the closer games as well, that they're the ones that get to pick up the slack at the end of the games. But hey, there were some good moments, even from like Killian Hayes, where he got to look for his shot and work on that.
Yeah, all right, we got much more coming up. Hopefully we'll hear from Doug Christie, hear from some of the players as well as the Kings fall tonight to the Spurs. More post-game live coming up after the timeout.
Toyota Kings post-game live is presented by Toyota, class-leading MP.
All right, Tristy, thanks so much. Good stuff right there. We will find out. The lottery is in May, the June draft coming up right around the corner right after that. All right, back here at Kings Fall tonight, 132-104. De'Aaron Fox making his return to Sacramento. We've seen him before as River Rock Daily Jackpot as we take a look at that. Just a little light work night for De'Aaron Morgan, 15.6 assists.
Yeah, only had to play 22 minutes in this one, but I thought he did such a great job when he did have the ball in his hands, showing off his explosiveness, knocking down a few threes, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc right there. And when he's so explosive, it's just so tough to stop, because even the second line of defense right there, I thought Cardwell did a good job coming up, trying to make something, make him work, make him do something, maybe disrupt, but it just wasn't enough. He was feeling confident. And then what he was doing on the defensive end as well. He was picking up, playing hard, doing exactly what this team does on the defense.
Man, life is so much easier for De'Aaron Fox right now.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. He's not seeing double teams, triple teams. He's playing off of Wemby and getting some great looks out there.
As a hooper, what? I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Like, it's a fun role to be in, and I know that he's super happy in that role. And it's just tough because it seemed like it just was never going to be that type of play for him here in Sacramento. It was him always going to have to be the number one guy.
Yeah, all right, Kings fall tonight, 132-104. Nick Clifford, he filled the stat sheet tonight. We'll talk about his stats coming up in a little bit, but here he is after tonight's game.
Tonight, kind of had a Russ stat line. Are you learning just like the way that he moves around, the way that he impacts the game, and are you putting some of that into how you're playing?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, Russ obviously is all across the board every night. I feel like that's always kind of been my game since college. Even my last year, I was always on that verge of like triple-double watch. So that's always been kind of my thing, and just wanting to impact the game in all areas, not just scoring the ball, trying to facilitate, rebound, do different things. But, being around a guy like Russ, obviously, it teaches me more of how to do that and how to impact the game in various ways.
How much have you seen Max improve throughout the season? Obviously, it seems like the finishing was there all along, but sort of his timing and spacing on the floor offensively.
Yeah, man, Max can play. He got touch. He got a high IQ. And he's able to find his spots within the offense that we run. And, he puts the ball in the basket. So it's been awesome to see his improvement and how he's just built chemistry with Russ and all the different guys on the team. We definitely going to continue to need that from him.
Neek on a night where Russ jumped into 5th all time. What do you have to say? I mean, I know you're a rookie, but you've obviously watched his entire career, big fan of his. Just kind of, what do you think of just kind of that mark for him, 1? And 2, how surreal is it for you watching the guy that, you watched all your career and now you're playing with him and he's still accomplishing different feats?
Yeah, it really don't even feel real. It's special to be a part of that. Like, we are really a part of history. Like, he's making his legacy, displaying his greatness on a night-to-night basis, breaking records, him and Debo. So for us to be a part of that, I mean, we can't take that for granted. It's pretty special to be around dudes, Hall of Fame level dudes like him. So it's just really special to watch and be able to play with a guy like that.
All right, that's our boy Nick Clifford tonight. Coming up next, the banged up, battered and bruised 76ers coming to town. We'll preview this matchup coming up after the timeout.